Tacoma, Washington in round 9 kept the points fight close, but it's not over yet. Zach Antezana in Max D grabbed his 3rd racing championship and another one for Team Mayhem, while Rick Steffens in Blown Money earned his 1st freestyle championship, helping Team Thunder hold the lead. It all comes down to tonight. It's all or nothing. This is the Briggs & Rod Semi-Realistic Points Series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the RORSRPS channel. My name is Preston Vieira and I'll be your host as we cap off an amazing season of competition on all tours, but of course on the All-Star Challenge Tour. We're ending things where we started as the tour circuit brings us back around to Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we'll find out which team will hold the points lead in the end, becoming our final World Finals 2 main field qualifiers. Remember, RORSRPS World Finals 2 is November 29th through December 1st, 2024, and it's coming fast. The season may be over after tonight, but we still have our world champions to crown. Qualifying, Last Chance Qualifier, Racing, Two-Wheel Skills, and Freestyle will all take place over the 3 days in Sam Boyd Stadium. Don't miss it, don't skip it, don't save it for later. Be in the live premiere chat with me and Dawson and Tyler Reyes as we make more channel history. Subscribe and stick around. For now, let's jump into our tour finale, starting with a look at our racing bracket. Kicking off round 1 for the racing competition, it's Shane Lake in Team Thunder's Gravedigger, our tour leader right now, taking on Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. And it's Blake Thompson in HyperShock taking on John Gordon in Bad Company. EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder will face off against Jake Cranford in Team Mayhem's Gravedigger. Then we got Rick Steffens in Blown Money taking on our sub for the night, Mike Pagliarulo in Recreation. Then we got our reigning racing champion, Zach Antezana in Team Mayhem's Max D taking on McQueen in Bro Camino. Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap looking for a win, taking on Cynthia Gauthier in Lucas Stabilizer. Then we got Team Thunder's Max D, Trevor Goldberg behind the wheel, taking on Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire. And last but not least, closing out round 1, Devyn Barber in Avenger is going to take on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. But kicking off round 1, your first look at some trucks out on the track tonight. Shane Lake in Gravedigger on your right, of course representing Team Thunder, taking on Preston Perez, also representing Team Thunder in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. A lot of Team Thunder versus Team Thunder and Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem here in round 1, but hopefully we can get some more Thunder versus Mayhem down the line tonight. Definitely love when we see actual team battles, team face-offs in competition here on this tour. But Preston Perez, if you've been here even as far as just last show on this tour, you know Preston Perez really has been struggling all season with this truck. He just can't wrap his mind around getting this thing controlled to stay around to the second round. I believe he's made it up into the second round only once or twice this tour, yet once in the past. We'll see what happens here tonight, taking on someone who has 3 Dubby Racing Championships behind him this season, Shane Lake in Gravedigger, around that first turn beautifully from both of these drivers actually. Preston Perez keeping up nicely, but he's on 2 wheels in this second turn and over he goes. It's going to be Shane Lake heading to the line if he can just keep this truck down on all 4s, and he does. Shane Lake in Gravedigger. Kind of an easy... I would have had my money on Shane Lake for sure, but thanks to a DNF here in round 1 from Preston Perez, that's going to give him 0 points, and Shane Lake on to round 2. Blake Thompson in HyperShock coming out next. He's going to be on your right, a one-time Dubby Racing champion, taking on John Gordon in Bad Company, who's made it up into the final round once before, but hasn't taken any racing championships. We'll see if he can do it tonight, starting here with Blake Thompson in HyperShock. This Lumen Field track is going to be a big one here in racing and in freestyle. It's going to be a little complicated, a little mix of everything in a freestyle competition, but here in racing, these turns can really count you out. There's a lot of them. We got that chicane early on and 3 hairpin turns, so we'll see what happens here. Blake Thompson gonna take it to the line for Team Mayhem. So we got Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem in the first race of round 2. John Gordon Down here in round 1, not going to complete the season with a racing championship. Here's our first Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem race of the night. Team Mayhem's Gravedigger Jake Cranford on your left, taking on EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder. EJ and this truck have been super consistent all season. I know I say it every show, but it's the truth, man. 12s almost across the board here, except for 2 shows so far this season. He could end up with a 12 tonight and take, 8 out of the 10 shows with 12 points on his back. Over the cars for the first time. Looking good for EJ Hayden right now. Jake Cranford not doing too well in the racing competition this season. Definitely looking to finish the season out on a high note, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. It's close to the line, but it is gonna be EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder. Team Thunder getting another one. Heading into round 2, Jake Cranford close, but not enough. A little more power through that final turn. He might have had it. Very, very close race there down to the end. Rick Steffens in Blown Money, a one-time W Racing champion on your right, and a freestyle champion at that. Taking on Mike Pagliarulo, our sub for tonight. Looking to make up enough points to, at the very least, see the last chance qualifier. He would need at least 13 points for the night, I would say, to make it up there. So we'll see what happens here as we are into this first turn. Looking good for Rick Steffens right now, especially with Mike Pagliarulo clipping that turning obstacle. Around the second turn, looking good. It's neck and neck again. A very close race here between the two, even with Mike's mistake early on. And it's Rick Steffens making a mistake in the final turn. Mike Pagliarulo coming back over the line. He is going to be on to round 2 sub, knocking out a one-time racing champion here in round 1. Nicely done. I did not see that coming for sure. Zach Antezana coming out next, looking to defend his reigning racing championship. He's going to be on your right, taking on McQueen in Camino. Finally making his return to the track after 3 shows subbed out. 1 sub taking multiple wins, and then another one being the sub. So we'll see what happens here with McQueen, Camino. Looking to start things off strong here in round 1. Can he do it is the question. Around that second turn, looking good. Again, it's neck and neck heading into the final turn. And around that final turn, Zach Antezana gets it done beautifully, just what you would expect from a reigning racing champion. Zach Antezana, Max D, Team Mayhem, on to the next round. McQueen knocking it done here in racing. Hopefully he can bring out some of his typical wild freestyle moves and earn some points for Team Thunder. We'll see what happens here as Jackson Chalette comes out next on your right in Piece of Scrat. He's going to be taking on Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Another Thunder versus Mayhem race. We'll see what happens here as we head into our first turn. Cynthia, a one-time racing runner-up, looking to get back up to that point again and hopefully take a racing championship. Jackson Chalette was just a runner-up last show to Zach Antezana. He wants to make it back there again, this time taking the racing championship and looking good here in round 1 over the line. Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap. Looks like he's on a warpath to get back up there, but we're only here in round 1. We'll see what happens in round 2 for him. No round 2 for Cynthia Gauthier. We'll see her in freestyle. Hopefully she can make up some points as well. Going down here early in racing. Trevor Goldberg in Max D for Team Thunder. Going to be on your right, taking on Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire. Neither one of these drivers with a racing championship behind him this season, but Trevor Goldberg, a one-time runner-up to that racing championship. We'll see what happens here as we head into our first turn. It's looking close already. A little slide there from Trevor Goldberg gives Bryce Kenny the edge to come back, making up just that little bit of ground that he may need to get into round 2. Around the final turn, no. The Max D driver's looking good. It's very close there. I almost called it a bit too early, but it is going to be Trevor Goldberg in Max D for Team Thunder heading into round 2. Bryce Kenny very close there over the line. I can't believe I almost called that one a bit too early. I would have had to change my call there. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the night as we are already on our final race of round 1. Devyn Barber in Avenger representing Team Thunder on your right, taking on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare representing Team Mayhem on your left. I talked about it a lot lately because it's very true in the second half of the season. Dave Reed has really been turning it up, really been improving, even is now a Dubby runner-up once before in the racing competition. We'll see what happens here tonight. Devyn, Barber, and Avenger, round 2. Every show just about this season, maybe once or twice he didn't, but most of the time he's round 2, and when he's not, he's the semifinals. So we'll see what happens here as we're around this final turn, and it is going to be Devyn Barber with the lead over the line. Devyn Barber in Avenger. On to round 2, keeping with that pattern. Like I said, with Vorian Prime, at least he made it up into the semifinals. We'll see Devyn Barber living up to his reputation so far. If you're enjoying tonight's racing competition, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know with a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe, guys. World Finals coming up very, very soon. And dive into the world of RORSRPS at RORSRPS.com. Check out the World Finals page and get all the knowledge you need about our qualifiers, including the ones who are going to be qualified at the end of the night. Once the show is over, head over there. Check it out. Gravedigger is going to be kicking off round 2, taking on HyperShock, a rivalry there for this tour. Then we got Blue Thunder taking on Mike Pagliarulo in Recreation. Zach Antezana in Max D is going to face off against Jackson Shillette in Piece of Scrap. And then it's Max D for Team Thunder taking on Avenger. Team Thunder versus Team Thunder closing out the second round there. But Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem is kicking it off. And what a way to do it with the rivalry on this tour. HyperShock, Blake Thompson burning it down in freestyle all season long. The man of the hour, Shane Lake, the big dog, burning it down in racing the entire season. Like I said, 3 racing championships to his name so far, and we still got the rest of this racing competition to go. We'll find out if he can get one or have a shot at getting one in just a minute. We're over the cars for the first time, and it's pretty neck and neck here. Through that second turn, nicely done. Blake Thompson may have gotten on the gas a little sooner, but it's still neck and neck. Could go either way around the final turn to the cars. Over the line it is Shane Lake in Gravedigger, but wow, what a race between these two, and that shows you right there why they have been rivals all season. Of course, in different competitions, in the same competition, whatever it may be, these two have been going at it points-wise in lockstep, first and second, all season long. EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder coming out next on your right. Hoping to get another Team Thunder truck into round 2. He's going to take on our sub, Mike Pagliarulo, in Recreation. Both trucks staged, ready to go. We're green. Mike is unproven so far this season. We have not seen him since the Season 2 qualifiers when he was unable to qualify into the main field. He's messing up in that first turn again. Not the way you want to start out this race. It ended up okay for him last round, but it may not this time. He's messing up through that second turn as well, clipping the freestyle obstacle, and one final mistake from Mike Pagliarulo. He's in trouble here. Wow. Able to get a lucky save there, but it is EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder heading into round 2. Another truck for Team Thunder into the semifinals. It's Thunder versus Thunder, and Blue Thunder versus Gravedigger there. Then it's Zach Antezana coming out on your right next, looking to defend his title against Piece of Scrap, Jackson Shillette, here in round 2. The final round matchup from last show in Tacoma, Washington, round 9 here on the ASC Tour. We're going green for round 2 with another rematch for this tour. Around the first turn we go. Looking neck and neck here. Both drivers brake checking over the cars. You want to try and get a smooth landing there so you're not getting too much rebound heading into that second turn. It's just going to slow you down, not so much that it would roll the truck. But around that final turn, it's Jackson Shillette in Piece of Scrap who takes the win this time. No defending championship for Zach Antezana in Team Mayhem's Max D. It is all Jackson Shillette heading into the semifinals, kicking us off in the second half, in the semifinals at least, with the Team Mayhem truck. So it is going to be Team Mayhem versus Team Thunder in the second half of the semifinals. Trevor Goldberg in Team Thunder's Max D coming out on your right. He's going to take on Devyn Barber in Avenger, also representing Team Thunder. We're staged, ready to go, and we are green. Through the chicane, Devyn Barber clipping the freestyle obstacle just slightly. It doesn't seem to upset the truck, but you've got to be careful in a situation like that, because that can happen anywhere on this track, not just in that chicane, and it can really upset your run. Coming around the final turn, it's pretty close here, but it's going to be Devyn Barber with the lead. Trevor Goldberg trying to use that slingshot method. I see him coming back through the air. That was a solid effort, but it doesn't work this time. Devyn Barber in Avenger on to the semifinals to close out round 2. Let's get a look at that semifinal bracket here. Shane Lake, Team Thunder's Gravedigger taking on Blue Thunder. Then we got Jackson Chalette, Piece of Scrap, taking on Devyn Barber in Avenger. This is definitely, we're heading into some really cool territory here. We have 2 drivers that don't typically make it up into the final round that very well could. We'll see what happens here. Shane Lake in Gravedigger coming out on your right. He's going to take on EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder. EJ, one of those drivers that doesn't typically make it up into the final round, doesn't typically make it up into the semifinals, though he has had some luck with that in these later shows of the season. We're going green here. We'll find out who's going to make it to the final round in just a minute. Around the first turn we go, and they are neck and neck. Nice clean landing from EJ Hayden that may give him an edge here around that second turn and into the final. Who's going to take it to the line? EJ Hayden out just a little bit wider. Over the line. Wow. That was an extremely close finish there and a mirrored response there on both sides, but it's going to be Shane Lake in Team Thunder's Gravedigger heading into the W final round, getting another shot at number 4, or getting a shot at number 4 at another W Racing Championship. Can he lock it down is the question. This next driver could put the nail in the coffin depending on which way we go here. We got Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap coming out on your right. He's going to take on Devyn Barber in Avenger on your left. This is Team Mayhem on your right versus Team Thunder on your left. Is it Team Thunder versus Thunder, or is it Mayhem versus Thunder in the final round? We'll find out as we are green. And through that chicane already, Devyn Barber slinging that truck into that first turn. Cars we go, looking about even on both sides right now. Jackson Chalette just a little bit cleaner through that second turn, nice and tight. Around the final turn we go, pretty close, pretty even turn there, but Jackson Chalette with a big lead on Devyn Barber over the line. When I say even, I don't mean they were neck and neck. I mean they had similar driving styles through that turn. It was very like a mirror image on both sides, but it is Jackson Chalette. In the final round, we got Shane Lake in Team Thunder's Gravedigger taking on Jackson Chalette in Team Mayhem's Piece of Scrap in the W final round. We are here. We are underway. Jackson Chalette in Piece of Scrap on your left, taking on Shane Lake in Team Thunder's Gravedigger on your right. This is an exciting final round, an energizing final round. And if you want to get energized like this on a day-to-day, check out Dubby Energy and all their delicious energy powders. My flavor of the day is Beach and Peach. That is a mango white peach cooler, and it is absolutely delicious, guys. Really refreshing, really juicy. Check it out at dubby.gg and check out the rest of their flavors. And if you're not into caffeine, they also have caffeine-free hydration blends, and all of their flavors are 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 0 artificial dyes, and 0 calories. So they are the health-conscious choice when it comes to energy powders. Get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout. You do not want to miss their limited time flavors, Purple Dub Sauce and Grandpa's Denture Water. That is a passion fruit flavor and a mango pitaya flavor. They sound delicious. I haven't tried them yet, but I will if they're still around by the time. I still want to try Palm Blom, which is back, by the way, so check it out. Again, code RORSRPS for 10% off. Your final round is here. We are staged, and we're going green. Through the chicane we go and into our first turn. Shane Lake looking a lot tighter there, really smooth through that first turn and getting a perfect landing on the downside of that ramp. Jackson Chalette looking to be overdriving maybe just a little bit. Here in this final round, Shane Lake with a nice lead heading into this final turn. A little sloppy, but it doesn't matter. Shane Lake in Gravedigger is your W Racing Champion, your final W Racing Champion of this tour of this season. Shane Lake in Gravedigger. one more time. Number 4 under his belt for the season, and he is hyped and ready to go. I know he is locked and loaded for a Dubby Double Down tonight to close out the season. But can he do it is the question. How locked and loaded are his competitors when it comes to our next competition, freestyle, coming up in just a minute. Stick around. Be sure to click on that end card, or if you're in the live, just hang around because it will automatically redirect you to the freestyle video, and you can watch and find out which team will be our World Finals qualifiers for this tour. Only one team will make it. Shane Lake, little all over the place there, and he goes down real ragged edge to close out the racing competition. Oh my goodness, one last look at him. Shane Lake getting racing championship number 4 to close out what was an incredible season for him. I am excited to see what he's going to bring to the freestyle competition. Be sure to stick around, guys. We're going to have points right now. Freestyle coming up in just a minute. You do not want to miss it. We're going to have insane action on this track. I could only imagine. One last look at that Gravedigger truck there. Gravedigger still holding the lead with those 16 points there at 189. Then is Blake Thompson and HyperShock with 165. Zach Antezana 141. And Devyn Barber and Avenger with 131. Only 10 points between them. EJ Hayden 120. Jackson Chalette with 119. Trevor Goldberg with 113 creeping up the pack there. Then we got Rick Steffens with 109. Bryce Kenny 106. John Gordon, the other loose cannon truck here, with 100. Dave Reed with 97. And Jake Cranford with 85 points for Team Mayhem's Gravedigger. Cynthia Gauthier ends up with 84. Bro Camino, Cam McQueen 69. Then we got Preston Perez in 53. And Mike Pagliarulo getting started with some solid points here with 4 from the racing competition. Let's get a look at how the teams are pairing here. 983 for Team Thunder, still holding that lead. Then it's Team Mayhem with 932, only 32 points. Remember, they started tonight's show with 900. So 932 points for tonight's racing competition. Not doing too well so far. Team Thunder may be able to hold it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the racing competition. The season may be over, but the World Finals is coming November 29th through December 1st. You do not want to miss it. It is going to be an insane 3 days of competition. Qualifying, Last Chance Qualifier, racing, 2-wheel skills, and freestyle. Dawson and Tyler Reyes will be in the booth with me commentating everything. It is going to be nuts. You do not want to miss it. I don't even want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe, be in the live chat, be active, guys. Communicate. Let us know you're enjoying the show. Also, we're going to have 50 limited edition World Finals 2 t-shirts printed and ready to go for the World Finals, so you do not want to miss out on that. Only at RORSRPS.com. Also, check out the channel partner, Dubby Energy. You can get 10% off using code RORSRPS at checkout for some clean, jitterless energy. Again, guys, 0 sugar, 0 artificial dyes, 0 fillers, 0 calories. Absolutely delicious. And if you don't like caffeine, they got hydration flavors as well that have 0 caffeine. Check them out, guys. I love them. I love their flavors. I'm excited to get some new tubs. I killed my Calio Cream tub. I'm almost done with Beach and Peach, and I still got, of course, the Sour Gummy Bear. But, yeah, flavor of the day, Beach and Peach. Check it out. Dubby Energy. Check out RORSRPS.com. Dive into the world of RORSRPS in the World Finals Hub. Thank you guys for tuning into Racing Freestyle. Coming at you in just a minute to close out the All-Star Challenge Tour Seattle. Are you ready?